Hey guys, welcome back to Drip and Farm for Poppy. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. And this video, trigger warning. Viewer discretion is advised. If you don't like objective truths and you can't handle reality and you're not cognitively enveloped, click off now, because I'm going to be breaking down what we heard in this last AMA, as I promised in my previous update from the AMA, and going to be going into my personal views and opinions, because that's what my channel is for. And I feel like I have a moral obligation to you all, my viewers, subscribers, to not be biased, speak the truth, have transparency and integrity. And integrity means doing, to me, means doing what's right, regardless of what the repercussions or outcome may be. So that means I need to actually analyze this information and share my thoughts and opinions with you all, so that you will know where I stand and you can decide if I'm the type of content creator you want to follow or not, right? So that's my job in this. And then we're also going to answer the question of, what is the drip community? Do we really have a community? And I'm going to unbiasedly instead punt this question over to ChatGPT and show you, and we'll find out what Chat thinks about this, what an AI model thinks about this. So first, let's listen to the clip from the AMA. So there was about 3 minutes and 40 seconds or so of drip related content. So and shouts out somebody in my community that mentioned this. We are known as the drip community, not the animal farm community. Like, I understand the animal farm has its place, but this all got created off the sweat equity and back of drip. So people are concerned about the drip community. And if you ask anyone on other communities or any other Telegram groups, they refer to us as the drip community, just like you refer to the Shiba Inu community or the Doge community, right? We are not the animal farm community. So that should tell you right there where the focus should be. But let's take a listen first and foremost of what Forex said in this most recent AMA.
And then the Fiat on-ramp. So this is the last part of the article. The animal farm will soon be bringing a brand new Fiat on-ramp to its list of impressive features, allowing users to purchase tokens for the ecosystem more easily than ever. Investors will soon be able to swipe their credit card directly via a payment widget, coming soon on the animal farm website. So it's taken a little while to get the Fiat on-ramp up. The reason for that was, initially we needed to pick the right Fiat on-ramp to work with, and we had specific things that we wanted to be able to do, such as smart contract integration to create incentive structures for people to onboard fresh capital and directly utilize it in the ecosystem. And there was really no good.
All right, so first and foremost, yes, I will agree that having the Fiat on-ramp and the smart contract integration to incentivize people with fresh capital to get more bonus stuff like that, that is awesome. However, let's be honest, we're in a bear market. If you take a look at the drip chart, nobody externally, so remember, Fiat is to make it easy for someone who's not in crypto to get into a project. So nobody's going to look at the drip chart that has no idea about drip and go, let me get out my credit and debit card and buy this token. This looks bullish. It's down from 197 to 57 cents or whatever it is now. So the Fiat on-ramp is not going to help do shit right now. It's a great feature for a bull run, but no one externally is coming in. Case in point, we've seen the drip token pump from the community. These are not people using fiat. These are people within crypto, have been in crypto, follow crypto content on Twitter, follow it on YouTube, and they know how to play the game and they know how to buy the token. They're not waiting for the Fiat on-ramp. It's not going to do shit once it's launched. It's a great feature to have, but it is literally holding up the process because it's not going to do anything to incentivize fresh capital. Later on, after we climb out of this and the chart corrects and more marketing and stuff goes on and we get into a bull run with Bitcoin and then all these other games and stuff like that, then you can start seeing people in the drip community telling their friends and family about it again. But they're not telling them right now. Why? Because you don't want egg on your face and you don't want to wreck your family members. So, or anybody else for that matter. Well, some people do, they don't care. But it's a hard sell right now. The best marketing vehicle for drip is a green chart. It's just that simple. People will actually figure out the steps necessary to onboard themselves once the chart is green. Yes, the Fiat on-ramp makes it easy, but they'll take those additional friction steps if it's actually up and to the right? It's common sense.
Fiat on-ramp bank provider that had the ability to do this in a decentralized way. But we found a bank that was willing to do that. we've been working with them hands-on to be able to get that development finished, and they say that the development for that will be finished on the 6th of this month. So that's next week. I believe that's next Monday. Yeah, that's next Monday. So
here's another alpha drop for you. So yes, this means the bank side of the contract will be done on the 6th. However, the developers that are doing the UI will still have to take that contract and actually integrate it into the UI. So it's not going to be done on the 6th. I mean, that one piece will be done on the 6th. Then you'll actually have to get that information to the developers. The developers have to look it over, integrate it with the actual UI. And then Forex is going to want to do some testing. So we are definitely seeing some more delays. We'll get an announcement on the 6th that says, okay, the contracts are done, or they need another day or whatever. And then he'll say, we have 2 more weeks of testing or something like that. So chances are this is going to be pushed back, as he mentioned before, into April, which you'll hear later on in this clip. And I know this about the developers because I'm in a group with some other people that have mentioned this, talking directly with the team, the developers, and what amount of work they have to actually do. So Drip UI is still a few weeks out.
That's also the last thing we're waiting for all of the Drip development as well. The Drip UI, the Fiat on-ramp with the tax break when you use the Fiat on-ramp and directly stake the Drip that you buy, the better team airdropping system, the cross-chain functionality that allows you to buy from any other chain, the much cleaner and just way better UI.
So these pieces, I do agree, are awesome and would be great to have. Do they need the actual Fiat on-ramp to integrate them? No. So cross-chain functionality, great, bring that in for the DeFi degens that are out there and want to bridge over stuff from Polygon or from Phantom or whatever, right? The little buzz that they got left in their wallet over there that they forgot about. Yeah, that's cool. We don't need the Fiat on-ramp for that. Don't delay launching the actual things we've been waiting on just for one piece that will have zero benefit to the actual pumping of the Drip price token. Team airdrop function. Who does that help? Well, it helps all the people currently in Drip that have teams, not anybody else tied to a Fiat on-ramp. So that would be great to have that right now so that we can make airdropping easier, and the new UI, right? That would be great. So my recommendation would be, and of course, they don't listen to my videos, so it doesn't matter, but it's my job to share my opinion with you guys. Launch the UI. Leave the Fiat bullshit to the side until it's actually done. Nobody in Drip right now cares about that. They don't need to, they're not interested in it, and you can make it its own thing. So if you actually launch what we have that works, which is the stuff that James Deadstreak was working on, the team airdrop stuff, the cross-chain functionality, you launch all that on the UI now, then you can take as long as you need for the freaking Fiat on-ramp, because nobody cares, right? And then again, what do they really care about right now? There's not the UI, it's not the team airdrop, it's not the cross-chain functionality, it's Triple D. That's where the hype is at. But he's tying all of the other stuff we need to one piece of the puzzle that literally makes absolutely no sense. This is the best way I can describe it. It's asinine. It makes literally no sense. And I wish I could actually talk to Forex or, shake him or something like that and get him to explain to me why this is a necessary piece to hold up everything else. I'm just curious.
90% of that is done. Really, the last thing we're waiting for is for the Fiat on-ramp to finish their side of the contract work, to be able to get that done as well. So they say it's going to be done on the 6th. From what we've been able to see, and from talking to their development team and all of that, I think that it is likely that it will be done on the 6th. So, that is, essentially all of these things will either be good to go in March, or we'll have a launch date for them in March that will be like the first week of April or something like that. But for sure,
So that's the piece I was talking about. So definitely already we're looking at coming up in April, as I said. So that's definitely coming. And that's because, again, we're waiting on this one piece and it makes absolutely no sense. I made a video of you guys, showed you March 8th is when we got the first UI sneak peek. So we are coming up on a year and we can't get one UI out. We got 3 different UIs for the animal farm. You have the manor.farm, you have the animal.farm, and you have DeFi animalfarm.app, I think is the actual one for that. But we can't get one for Drip in this amount of time. And again, these other utilities could be rolled out right now if they indeed are done. I'm speculating that they may not even be actually done. I don't know. But if they are, give that to the community. That would keep people's faith and hope alive, and it would keep the positive sentiment. But instead, we're killing the sentiment. Right now, I'm surprised actually the drip token is holding up relatively well. But any more delays and we'll see exactly what we've seen in the past. History has repeated itself. We know exactly what happens to drip when things do not deliver with the community expectations. And the community right now is expecting Triple D to launch. And that is what Josh and Ray have worked on. Now, shouts out to Ray. He mentioned this over here in his chat that he said, I think before April, Triple D coming, to be honest. And someone said, will Nil Drip UI be before Triple D, Ray, or same time? And Forex wants to release Triple D with the new UI. But we do have our own ready independent UIs, 2 of them. 1 is done. So I don't know. I don't think Ray would go rogue. I mentioned this in my chat. I think it would be great if Josh or whoever is controlling the contracts just took one for the community and said it's better to ask forgiveness than permission, because again, none of the other stuff matters for the current hype and focus on drip. Everyone is hyped and excited about literally Triple D. They're not talking about the new UI. They're not talking about the team airdrop function. They're not talking about cross-chain functionality. And I will argue, again, Ray mentioned that, yes, this is good to have Triple D on the new UI because that means people will see it. Yes, 100% people who are not tapped in will see it. I agree with that. However, that doesn't matter. And again, case in point, we've seen the drip price pump with the people that are tapped in. You need to reward the people that are following content. They're tapped in. They're constantly on the current, on Twitter, in the drip Telegram, following YouTubers. Those are the people that are promoting the project and are active in the project. Just putting it up on the new UI for the person that checks their drip balance once a month doesn't matter, because they're not the ones that are actually impacting the price. So yes, it's great to have it there, but do we need to hold everything up because of that? No, it makes literally no sense. We need to be focused on the people that actually matter, the ones that are tapped in, the ones that have the ability to change the trajectory of the chart into positive sentiment. And they are the ones that are excited about Triple D and the utility of it, and they are following along and are already tapped in. They're not waiting for the UI. They're just waiting for Triple D to launch. So question would be, is Ray going to release that or not? Or Josh, or who has the keys, or how does that work? I don't know. But you just saw his post. He said that they have that ability, but Ray has already mentioned that he, quote unquote, will not outshine the master, as in the 48 laws of power. So I think whatever Forex says, even if he doesn't agree, he's not going to take a different stance on that. So I think we are doomed to the delays and the perfectionist mentality of Forex. And by that, now that leads me to the question of, is this drip community, or is this some other type of leadership or governmental regime style? And I figured what better way to find out than to actually give the scenario to ChatGPT and see what it comes up with. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you may not be familiar with ChatGPT, but basically it is a neural network, closest thing we got to real AI so far. And you can basically ask it any kind of question, and it has been trained on tons and tons and tons of text and data to be able to give you some information. So what we're going to do is we are going to ask it about this style of leadership or government regime system kind of approach, you know, like a democracy or communism or authoritarian or whatever, right? So I'm going to actually ask it the question and see what solution it comes up with, because in my head, we do not actually have a drip community. We have something else, but I don't know what that something else is, because if it's a community-led project, as we're led to believe, then people will be able to actually implement this, like Josh, who came up with this idea. But right now it's being gatekept and red taped, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and give it a prompt. So my prompt says, I want you to evaluate I want you to evaluate the example provided below and tell me what forms of government regimes or government systems and types of leadership styles operate in this way. So this is me giving it the kind of context that I want it to have. And then I'm going to provide it with this example that I wrote of describing our cryptocurrency platform, basically. So it says, example, there's a community that is active and passionate about a particular crypto project and discusses changes. Doesn't really matter about typos anyway, it'll figure it out. Discusses changes and development opportunities within the project. They make social media posts, sell physical goods and services related to the project, and share opinions and decisions for actions that they would like to see the project move towards. I think that's a pretty good description of an anonymous project. However, the implementation for specific crypto project related development lies in the hand of one person solely. This person decides if the action will be taken, collaboration or partnerships accepted, and even determines launch dates for project development. So I think this describes it, in my opinion, quite accurately. You may disagree, but that's the definition that I came up with, so that it's kind of unbiased and doesn't give any additional context, because it does know about Drip Network as well. So I don't want to add that in. And then lastly, I'm going to put, out of the multiple different government forms and leadership styles, which one best describes the example I shared, regardless of it being related to a community project versus traditional government and leadership styles. So I don't want it to give, if you're not familiar with ChatGPT, it'll run into some errors. Like if you're asking for certain things and it's like it doesn't exactly fit that context, then it'll kind of give you some different information. But by telling it I know it's not a traditional government, it should give me some information. Let's see. All right, based on the example you provided, it seems the form of government in this situation is a centralized system where one person holds most, if not all, the decision-making power. This person operates in a leadership style that is authoritative or autocratic, where they make decisions unilaterally without much input or consultation from others in the community. That sounds about right. It's also possible to describe this situation using a framework of business leadership where the community is akin to a company or organization and the person in charge is a CEO or founder. He doesn't like that title, but that fits as well. In this case, leadership style can be described as founder-centric, where the founder or CEO is the driving force behind the project and has the final say-so in all decisions. Yeah, agree with that as well. Overall, the example you provide exhibits characteristics of centralized government or leadership structure, which decision-making power concentrated in the hands of one person who operates in an autocratic or founder-centric leadership style. Well, let's get some examples of this. Let's see. Provide provide historic. Let's add that. Historic examples of leadership styles. Let's see. In ancient times, many kingdoms, the pharaohs, so we're similar to pharaohs and apparently Rome. During the medieval, feudal lords held power in their lands, kings and queens. The modern era would have been seen in the form of dictatorships. Damn, that's a little harsh. Founder-centric leadership styles have been seen in the form of dictatorships such as those in Nazi Germany under Adolf Hitler or the Soviet Union under Joseph Stalin. Damn. These leaders held absolute power and made all major decisions, often with little regard for the opinions of the rights of their citizens. That part is still fitting, but that's a tough pill to swallow. I know some people aren't going to like that, but that's why I asked ChatGPT instead. In the business world, prevalent examples would be, this is perfect. Apple under Steve Jobs, noticed founder-centric. I mentioned that about his personality type when we used the Myers-Briggs thing. While autocratic founder-centric leadership styles can be effective in certain situations, they also lead to abuses of power and lack of accountability. Many modern governments and organizations now strive for more democratic and inclusive forms of leadership where decision-making power is shared and accountability emphasized. So that was insightful. So I definitely agree with a lot of the information that's shared here. I can't argue with this if that's the definition and what history has seen. Still a tough pill to swallow. I don't think we're that far gone, but definitely when it comes to decisions of the Drip Network, i.e. specifically Drip, Drop, Draw, we are literally being gatekept and held by one thing that, as I've shared in this video, my personal opinion, and I'm entitled to that, will have zero effect on the drip price right now. Long term, bull market, sure, but immediately, zero effect. Fiat on-ramp is a big waste of time, and unfortunately, no one can get Forex to see that because he has his own opinions, such as we just learned from ChatGPT, of how he wants this implemented, and we will be stuck waiting on that. I just hope that the community can keep the positive sentiment up, and I hope that maybe Ray or Josh will pull the trigger, and better to ask forgiveness than permission. We'll see how that goes. Looking forward to see all of the hate in the comments that say this is FUD. I'm not fearful or uncertain or doubtful. I have all of my facts in place, and this is my personal opinion. I believe the drip token as well as the actual drip community will be here long term, and that's why I'm working on my own solutions that do not run into this red tape, hence the ability to get Spritz to focus on the community part, to purchase the drip tokens back, and what I'm doing with my project that doesn't require any selling of drip or integration with drip, because there are solutions in this to avoid these issues. All right, that's all I got for this video. If you found that content helpful, smash that HBO special brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know your hate and FUD and all that stuff that you think this actually is. And of course, from the cognitively developed, I'd love to hear your opinions as well in the comments. All right, until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real-world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.